Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 34 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. This music is, pretty strange. Alright, I'm gonna do one more heater. We're just gonna, so that it's nice and pretty and red, we're just gonna do all the heaters down here. So how many is that? 6, 12, 16 heaters. The trouble is, if I need more, I don't know. What do you guys think? More heaters? Problem is, like, yeah, I mean, they do make things faster. Because I could have heaters going up the wall here or behind that wall. There's space. But this is laid out pretty... actually, one more heater would make sense. This is laid out in a way that a cable could go here and around and plug them all in. Best to overkill. No kill like overkill. I think that's pretty... Well, here. How about... I think my polling is still broken. Yeah, it's still broken. Okay. This will be a flash poll, so very, very quick if you want to vote. More heaters. Yes or no? And while y'all vote on that, I'm going to tend the farm a little bit so that I can make some money. I would still like to buy the pumpkin and mushrooms. I could have half of them on a different switch, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that just out of complexity. Anything that adds complexity that is unnecessary is unnecessary. Is sort of my, I'm building this military spec. How's that sound? It's a, I don't know if it's a joke in Australia, but military spec is basically the bare minimum to get the job done by the lowest bidder. Military grade furnace. You call it bush mechanics? Yeah. Yeah, I'm bush mechanicking this because at some point in the future, people can say, I would like feature X, Y, or Z added, and I would work on it. But I don't, you know, I want to just make it so that it's the bare minimum to run. Because additionally, any added complexity to the system is going to be more difficult for someone that wants to build these for themselves to then add. I want to keep it as simple as possible so that it's replicatable. So that it's repeatable for someone that would like to have a chemistry-free furnace. And then once it's done, I can add bells and whistles after the fact, for sure. It's always weird to me that corn makes a weird mechanical clicking noise every time you harvest it. Like, why? Why was that necessary? To have corn sound like some sort of weird switch. Very strange to me. So I'm going to split one off of every seed and sell the rest. Even though I know that cooking makes more money. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to spend the time cooking it. Plus, some things like rice, wrong stack. Some things like rice literally don't cook. There's no recipe that includes rice. Oops. Wait, that wasn't me. That was weird. That's... And soy. Because I know if I... Well... Actually... Should I make fries? And see about the price gain of French fries? I feel like I should. So French fries is what? 5 into here. No, don't do that. Oh, where'd my potatoes go? Oh, they're on me. Never mind. One unit of potato. And 5 units of oil.
Power low.
Oh, shush. Alright, here's my French fries. And I'm sort of... What the curiosity is, will it sell better than if I just sold the potatoes and the soy alone? I mean, probably, but like, I'm looking for a definitive answer than probably. Alright, mining belt. Sure. Labeler. Duct tape. Oh boy, there's all... Okay, hold on. I also want to get rid of all that stuff too. Yoink. Yoink. Ooh. Balance! Maximum balance! It teeters and it totters. Let's turn on the trader. Good. 400 degrees out. Perfect. Lovely, lovely temperature. it's still up. 900 each. Hey, Kirksum. Thanks for the resub. Or actually, the half year in advance sub. I misread that. That's a lot of time. Cheers. Also, how long has it been Yoda Camp? It got stuck on Yoda Camp, didn't it? Alright, I'm now on an easy bake oven. Alright, fries. Oh, only 100? Yeah, that ain't worth it. That ain't worth it at all. Forget the effort. Baked potatoes. I mean, to be fair, like baked potatoes and stuff like that probably are worth the effort. It's just I'm not gonna do it because I'm lazy. But if you're honestly trying to make money, cooking some things like baked potatoes is worth. All right, so this is enough to give me a mushroom, not quite a pumpkin at 10k. But I'll have my mushroom.
Air tank low.
I know, lady, I know. I'm getting cooked by Venus. My air tank's low because it dumps all of my oxygen in order to keep me cool. I can just switch my waste tank with my air tank as a stopgap measure, but it's a patch. It would suck if it killed it when it spat it out. Yeah, it would. That would be annoying. The game isn't that mean, no. It isn't, fortunately. Well, sometimes it is. When it decides to kill me with game bugs. Alright, where is this going? This is going into the floor grating. Floor grading. Where am I to put you, floor grading? There. Why not? Belt, tape, tablet, labeler. Okay, everything's back. Yeah, sometimes the game gives me teleportation. That's true. I have teleported before. It was pretty awesome. All right, let's take this out and install it.
Air tank critical.
Order of operations here so we don't pollute. There. Oh, the pressure regulator was on the whole time. Whoopsie. All right, these batteries are getting pretty full. You voted for no more wall heaters, so I will not add more in. But I need my heavy cables. Doubt this will be enough, but now I can put a like a vacuum, a sealed off heavy, or what is it, solid fuel there if I needed it. Man, no electrician in this galaxy has arms like me. I've got like Slenderman arms. Straight up Slenderman arms. So if you ever wanted to change the wiring to only include some, you could always change the power control console to only include as many as you wanted to. So you could have like power on all, power on 5, power on 10, like, or toggle 5, toggle 10, power all, you know, so whatever. Easily could be done. Okay. This is a little bit more challenging. Here we go. And music. This song, speaking of ferns, is literally just called Fern. This just needs to be a T-junction. Or three-way. I think. Can I reach? Oh, yeah, I can. There's an argument to be made that wall heaters should go first. For kind of obvious reasons. You know, out of frustration, here I go. I'm just... yep, we're gonna do it this way. Ultimate way. Alright, now I'm the world's worst electrician because I broke all the plumbing. So there we go. Now they're all plugged into one another. And... why don't I crouch? I don't think I could crouch under that enough to have it help at all. Maybe you're short like that, but I'm not. Zing. I'm trying to... Okay. Put it back together. There it is. All plugged in. Cool. Flip all the switches. Let's get a console in there to do that. I don't need to flip them manually. So let's put a console here and have this console flip all the switches for us. So we need one piece of glass and a power circuit. Man, 4 batteries? Yeah, it's a lot of heaters. It's a lot of heaters. And heaters take a lot of power, so I needed power overwhelming. So the circuit board is going to be in here, and the glass is going to be here. It's not the only glass I'm going to need, because I'm going to want a bunch of consoles to monitor other things. So I'm sure I will make more glass soon. But let's work on the consoles. I'm also going to want more than one... I don't want a console. I want the power chip. Power controller. I could leave them all on and use the transformer to cut them, but I'm going to have other things off of this transformer. So it would cut a lot more than just that. But that could be one way you design it, sure. I prefer to have switches. All right, so linked heater. And we should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe there's more than 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wait a second. 17? Does that sound right? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Where's 17? Is there a 17th back here? What? I don't think I have 7. Did I count that wrong? Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I double counted? Okay. Power on. Power off. Alright, I skipped 11 because, yeah, 11's not a real number, clearly. Alright, there we go. So this here is going to be named... Yeah, I could have labeled them like 1 through 12. Sure. But I'm not doing that because I'm lazy. So wall heater console. So we got the wall heaters. There's some other things I'm going to need for this. We are going to want a tank. We're also going to want to wait a way to moderate the pressure in the chamber. I don't know whether I want it to be automated or not. Automatic or not, I should say. I haven't fully decided that yet. So one way to do it automatically would be to have back pressure and pressure regulators to keep this room within the pressure tolerances of the windows. Another way is to do volume pumps if I want to move more. I think I'm going to go back pressure and pressure regulators, but I'm going to want to put the pressure and back pressure regulators outside of it so I can interact with them directly. Which is going to add more piping, specifically insulated piping. But I think it's a worthy... I don't want to bury it in a chamber I'll never have access to. Yeah. So we'll do 2 pressure regulators. And this isn't so much automation, I'm just setting them. I could just set and forget. But also keep in mind that active vents can't go in there because they'll burn up. You want me to do an atmo check? Sure. It's exactly the Atmo I want, more or less, within like a degree or two. My setup is for Atmo is pretty good. I'll flex on that. So for the pressure and back pressure regulation, I could actually have it. Ooh, posture check. I could actually have it here, sort of like in front. So that's a. Well, I guess before I even put those down, I need to decide where my passive vents are going to go. And grab some pipes. Because there's not a whole lot of real estate left here. So the passive vents could go up here, I guess. Because the tank I'm going to put in this is going to float. I'm just going to have a floating tank. Or here. This is a decision I have yet to have to make. So this will be for the back pressure. Because I can put pressure over there, yeah. Alright, so this will be a back pressure regulator that pulls air from the chamber and puts said air back into the pipes so that the windows don't blow out. I'm a little worried about this pipe here not being insulated, and then the pipes on the other side not being insulated, so I'll probably print up insulation pipes for it. Because I don't want the pipes to be on the wrong side, quote-unquote, of the windows, and then mess with ambient. So then... this would look something like this. So then we connect the two, and this is a back pressure where it pulls air out of here. If and I could set, you know, let's say above 150, and then it puts it back into the pipes. And then we'll do a pressure regulator very much the same way. It doesn't need to be at ground level. It can be like up here or whatever. Because it's not something I'm going to have to interact with much. Ooh, I'm getting thirsty. Okay, and the rest of this should all be insulated for security. All right, just turn that off. Yeah, the two could match vent, but I might want to... yeah, I guess I could do 2 to 1 vent. Yeah, Vorg, I'll go with your decision there, to have 2 pushing to 1 vent. I don't really see a downside to that. Sorry, passive. Whee! You're unwanted. It ruins the view. Because I'd have to put it like here or something. You know what? I'm going to relocate all of it so it doesn't ruin the view. You think it makes the view better? Well, I'm going to put consoles there, which I haven't laid out yet. There's going to be console monitors on this screen here, so I don't want to take up too much of the real estate here. Hence, the view that doesn't exist yet. Also, another thing to note is when I'm trying to vacuum out the thing, I just added some air to these pipes. Hooking up. Oh, I didn't? Oh, right, because they never really connected, fully connected. Right, okay. Because I was waiting for the insulation. Any explosions? No explosions. We've been oddly explosion-free for quite a while now. All right, so now because I don't have the pressure regulators, I should have set the pressure regulators. Hey, Akim DeBrave. How you doing, man? So here's the passive vent. And where does everything go? Oh, this could be removed. There we go. There they are. All right, so here's my regulators. My regulators I'm going to want on the wall. So pressure. All right, the vent's there. So pressure and back pressure. And that will be insulated. And then something like this. All right, so we need 4 insulated and then more pipes. You do see a light wire, but the light wire is going to be on the outside of the furnace, so it's not going to burn. And it's a totally separate network, so it's not going to overpower either. It's after an APC, and I can put it after a transformer too. But okay, the regular pipes. And then the insulated pipes. Steel silicon. Before I start a stream, Akai asks, how much do I prepare? I prepared for this stream about as long as the stream is going to be. A little less. But, like, I built one of these things off stream to make sure it works. Not identical to this. This is slightly different than what I had built off stream. But, yeah. So I prepare a lot, in other words. So there's the regulators. Pressure, we'll say keep it 145. Back pressure, we'll say 150. So it tries to stay between those two tolerances. Gonna need to run power out to it. My power cable... Where's the closest? Closest power cables might be... I could use this, actually. Yeah, I could heavy watt it over from there. But no, I'm not going to want to do that, because this controls the intake. So yeah, this is going to have to draw from over here. And I'm going to need to make more heavy cables. Come on. Okay, let's wire them up for the cables. Now, also keep in mind that because we had set that up, there should not be... Okay, yeah, there's atmospheric stuff in there now. So when we vacuum seal it out, eventually, with this Activent, we might want to wait a while, because I've tested this out already. Like I just mentioned, I did prepare a while. But one of the things that we're going to end up having, which is kind of funny, is we're going to have a little bit of fire. Just a little bit of fire. Because there's obviously oxygen in the atmosphere here. And when I fire this bad boy up and start pulling in gas, it's going to ignite just a little bit. But it's not going to be like a base blowout fire. So it should be fine. So I was doing heavy cables. Gold and copper. Fire is fun. Yeah. Fire is fun when it's controlled. When it's uncontrolled, it's fun for some. It's not fun for the victims of the fire. But maybe the observers. Like what just happened to in Ontario. I think 2 people died, but boy, is it crazy to see fireworks go off in a residential neighborhood. I used to live in that neighborhood. Like maybe 10 miles from where that happened. Something like that. Does not surprise me that was a garage full of bootleg fireworks, I'll put it that way. It's the kind of neighborhood that would have a garage full of bootleg fireworks. In fact, most of the people that live in that neighborhood have garages full of bootleg stuff. Alright, these cables here might interfere with the tank, so let me make a tank and make sure that they don't interfere. So we're going to want the non-insulated tank. Oh, copper, right, not iron. They made the electrolyzer a lot faster? That's fun. I got you, filter bro. Check for saves. We'll do in just a sec. Oh. Did I pull the battery as I was making the tank and it never made one? Nope, nope. It was in the hopper. Autosave latest was 1 minute ago. I'm just gonna save anyway. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes, because they're easier. Alright, the cables are not really in the way. Although these need to be lower. These things might need to move. Yeah, they're gonna have to move a little bit. That's fine. I could put it upside down, but I worry a little bit about surface gore. So I definitely want it down, not up, because of game bugs. Because of game bugs, I've previously explained the how things can misinterpret what surface they're built on, and everything goes wrong, and it's not worth the risk. Alright, so some of those cables, yeah, are gonna have to be removed. Is alright. Snippy snip. They'll get plugged in eventually. Alright, so these pipes obviously don't really work where they are currently. We'll have to go around or something. Or honestly, this whole system just can get nudged left a little bit, because it's higher than where my readout consoles are going to be. So that's fine. So let's see here. It's getting kind of full, isn't it? What kind of music are we listening to? Alright, so now the tank is connected to everything else. So that tank serves as a container for the atmo gas stuff that we got going on. Let me snip these floating cables, and we'll work out a better spot for everything. Alright, so the pressure regulator and back pressure regulators, I think, are just going to end up going like here. So that would be, this would be back pressure. And that would be pressure. Like that. It'd be a little tricky to wire them up, but that would work. Then I need to put a passive vent, and I could put it like, there's plenty of surface to plop this bad boy. There it is. I still don't really like them there. I think what I need to do is figure out where the plumbing is going to be, and then put the passive vents, put the regulators in. I wish it was daytime. It'd be so much easier to see. I could have them over here, actually. Why not do that? That might be a lot easier. Yeah, that would be a lot easier. Hey, walking ladder. Because then I would just need to feed a pipe back here for the passive vent, and yeah, that would be a lot easier. All right, so that would look. Let me get the pipes set up for that. So it would be this pipe here, feeding back that way. So how close can the pipe get? We're gonna need some insulation, I think. Yeah, we're gonna need some insulated pipes. I'll use what I have here, but we're gonna need more than this. Because anything that borders a wall, I'm gonna want insulated. So I'm gonna have this be exposed like this. just so that I can see it. And it's going to wrap around to the back where we can have the regulators be regulating. Alright, so now this is carrying gas. And back here, yeah, no, that will work. So we'll have a passive vent set up here, which can add or remove air from the setup. And then the pressure and back pressures. So this would be back pressure. And this would be, come back a little bit. Pressure regulator. Done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 more insulated pipes, something like that. Would help to spell insulated, right? It looks better too. Yeah, I don't know when my last decompression event was, but it has been a while. I've, sadly for you all, it's been a while. Yeah, people keep saying I'm jinxing it, but just, it hasn't happened. Mostly because I'm just not pulling gas in from space. You know, I'm not really risking much. That's probably enough. Just keep making me say it and it will eventually be true. I mean, yeah, eventually things happen. Alright, so now this feeds to this passive vent. And I printed up exactly the amount I needed. So there we go. My back pressure and pressure regulators. Pressure at 145. Actually, let's do down to like 100. So it's not that close to a decompression event. Now, it is the pressure difference between... I should just use my labeler for that. It's the pressure difference between my base and the furnace. So it's not like the furnace to a vacuum or something. So there's 100 kPa buffer additionally there that you know, I previously wouldn't have had. Now if I want this to be powered, I'm gonna need to run power to it. While I'm running power out here, I might as well plug in the old furnace. So its built-in volume pumps can work. What about the ceiling for heat? We voted for... So the way atmosphere works in this game is like everything is perfectly instantly supplied. So there's no need to worry about that kind of stuff. Like if you had a pipe that was like 1 mile long, the temperature of that pipe would be uniform across the entire mile. Because there is no concept of like flow. This game has no flow. It's just instant. So we're feeding, the way this works, let me print up a few more cables, but the way this works is we're feeding in noonday Venus atmosphere. I'm not bothering to use specific types of gas. It's just Venus atmosphere as a shortcut. So I have, out on my roof here, let me show you. I've got a active vent and a gas sensor, and I'm going to read the temperature of that gas sensor, and once that gas sensor goes above 150 Celsius, it will trigger the active vent, which will pull in air into the system, feeding hot Venus air into this tank from this corner here. It's all connected to the tank, right? As you can see. So that hot Venus air goes into the system, and then the pressure and back pressure regulators will add it into the atmosphere of the tank holding room so that the holding room can be heated. Now, pressure regulators are going to work pretty slow. So there is going to be a little bit of a lag trying to get atmosphere into the chambers. That should... Oh, right. I turned off the transformer. I'm waiting for 500C. 500 Celsius. Or, more specifically, I'm actually waiting for 775 Kelvin. I'm not even basing it off of Celsius, because you can't. This thing looks beautiful. Thanks. So, I'll do a full run through, and let me do a save too, because we're getting actually pretty close to being able to fire it up for the first time. Oops, 7. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. I do need to do some logic over here, as you can see. This is just thrown together. So the logic here is going to be basically. Let me set up the logic and then do the run through, so I don't have to explain what the logic's going to be. I'll just make it right now. Right, there. So this is my air intake, which is going to pull in the air that I want from Venus. Come on, light, turn off. So this is going to be a logic reader for the temperature of the gas sensor. This is going to be a logic writer to turn the vent on or off. Down here, we're going to have a logic compare. And this will be memory for the compare. I'm going to need more basic cables. So the only reason I have heavy cables in here is the light cables would melt in the chamber. So it's not that I'm sending more power through this that requires heavy cables. It's just I don't want to melt my cables. All right, so let me get some basic cables. Is my transformer? My transformer is set to 50 kilowatts, I believe. The APC doesn't limit the power, so I'm gonna require a transformer. I'm gonna have to push this back and put a transformer in. Where's my iron? Here it is. Let's just do that now. Just so we don't melt anything. Because I can't go rooting around inside the chamber to fix anything if I do melt it. All right. Probably enough light cables. But when I say that, it's probably like one shy of enough. I guess there's really no need for this to be so high up either. I can save myself a bunch of heavy cables. I can have it closer to the floor. Can I just use the first transformer? I could. At this point, I've already got the APC made, so I'm just going to use the APC. But you're right. I could have just skipped altogether and used the transformer only. It doesn't go higher than it's 5,000. Yeah. Plus, it's a way to have battery backup. I like the area power controllers just for their battery backup ability. Little added redundancy or security, I should say. This song is just hissing in my ear. Oops. Incorrect. All right, there it is. My little diagonal logic project. So let's get my screwdriver out and label these things. So the logic reader should be external temp logic reader. I'm gonna not write out temperature the full length. And this is going to be input is the external temperature gas sensor, and we're going to read temperature from it. Let's have the ability to turn these on. Is this backwards? Did I build this backwards? There we go. So the external temperature is 625 Kelvin and dropping. All right, and then this memory unit is going to be the external or temp logic memory. I don't know. I'm out of creative things, and we'll set this to 775, which is about 500 C. This compare is going to be temp logic compare and temp logic writer. It's going to be a little confusing because temp is, I mean, it's short for temperature, not for temporary, but whatever. Set once and forget. So here it's going to compare the external logic temperature from the reader. Is it greater than the memory? And if so, I'm turning all this off, but then if so, write to here. So this is the temp logic compare, and the output is to the external air intake, whether it is on or not. So basically, the way this works is I have a little gas sensor up top, and when that gas sensor reads a temperature higher than 775 Kelvin, my stuff will turn on. So I'm going to keep that logic writer off purposefully so that we can see the temp state flip at 775. And playing DJ. We built another pressurized tank bomb. Yes. Yeah. We have. Ooh, all my batteries are full. Look at that. That's lovely. Okay, so a quick run through for everything for all of you guys, because I have 3 minutes left. Oh my god. Oh, that goes fast. A quick run through. So I'll probably go an extra hour, by the way, just so I can say to put this under my belt. So this vent here pulls in Venus air around noon, and the temperature of the air sensed by this gas sensor here. And it is set correctly and inward, as you can see. Then that air comes into the top left corner of my radiator bank. And it's set by this logic, which is saying if temp is higher than 7075, here we go, as you can see. If the external temp reader is greater than the logic memory, which is 775 Kelvin, state one state turns on vent. If I want to turn this entire thing off, I can turn it off. Over here, we just have a wall console, which is turns on all heaters, on or off, right? That's it. One of the chips is off. Gas sensor. Oh yeah, it's off on purpose because I don't actually want to be pulling in air right now. Because what would end up happening is I would be putting 500 Celsius Venus air into my base because I don't actually have windows on these windows yet. And I would be killing all my plants. So it's off. It's off for a reason. It's off for survival. I would be very sad if I did that to myself. All right, now it's time to add some beautiful flooring to the bottom here. I'm not going to probably add it to the other walls. Just the floor, so I don't have to look at dirt. All right, so then the rest of the system. Let's go over that. So this pipe here, this yellow pipe full of the radiators, fills with hot Venus air. That we only pull in air that's 500 Celsius or higher. Before we turn on the system, I'm going to need a little power console over here, but before we turn on this system, I'm going to be turning on this active vent here, which is in desperate need of being plugged in. I just realized. So I'm going to be turning on this active vent over here to pull out all the base air out of here so that the only air that's in this, well, this is going to be vacuumed first. And then I'm going to be replacing it with only the hottest of Venus air. But I'm saving myself some heavy cables. And it also looks a little neater. There we go. So that active vent is going to be able to vacuum out everything, and all of the air that it vacuums out goes into my filtration. It goes straight to filtration. And then that's only going to be run once. So I'm going to need another temporary console here. I'm just going to make it right now. But I'm going to have a temporary console there that allows me to trigger the that vent. Temp, vacuum, active vent. I don't need it to be perfect vacuum, but I do want to pull out. I want to lower the pressure from 100 kPa to something lower. I'm hooked on logic. I'm hooked on phonics. How much did I just date myself? Decker, thanks for the resub. I'm just going to be doing a console because I'm going to reuse it. Power. But Logic IO with like a writer, a memory and writer would do it. Just write 1 to the vent, write 0 to the vent. I realize that is a viable way to do it. I just like consoles. What can I say? I do have gas bass. Gas bass. I do have base gas in the pipes already, but the pressure regulator will pull that out. Thank you for watching episode 34 of Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep it in mind that there's dozens of hours of footage yet to air. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information you need. Thank you for watching. Farewell.